Guys, I gotta tell you something, and it's not gonna be easy, but it needs to be done. I gotta get this off my chest. Okay, here we go. Poker is a loser's game. There, I said it. I feel a lot better now.
Son, I would tell you this much, son. I would never have put more 3,000 with 2 tens.
Oh, here we go.
That's why they sent me. I am an expert.
Okay, my name is Carl and I'm back with another YouTube video. So poker is a loser's game. What do I mean with that? Obviously it works as hopefully a nice clickbaity title that people click on and they're shocked by the intro and they need to continue watching to see what the hell I'm talking about. So this concept of framing something as a loser's game is something I first heard about in relation to an investing context. And no worries, it's a loser's game, but we're still interested in trying to win that loser's game. So, in relation to investing. Charles Ellis wrote a book in which he talked about investing as a loser's game and he talked about winning the loser's game. And this concept of a loser's game, he based that on a study done in tennis where the researcher or whatever concluded that what most people play is tennis as a loser's game, or they should play tennis as a loser's game, and the top whatever percentage, like a small percentage of the top pros, they play tennis as a winner's game. So let's start with the winner's game framework. What we mean with that is that most points in the winner's game are actively won. You make an amazing play, you hit the ball in such a way that your opponent can't hit it back, and you really score that point by actively making a good play. So that is how tennis is played for really the 1% of tennis or even less. What the other players are playing is a loser's game. In the loser's game, most points are not actively won. They are lost because somebody makes a misplay. You hit the ball against the net, whatever. I don't play tennis, I don't really watch tennis, but yeah, you get the idea. So how do you win the loser's game of tennis if you're an amateur? Well, you win it by trying to reduce the amount of misplays you make. You just keep the ball going and you don't actively try to make an amazing play, you just try to not do stupid shit. So this is tennis as a loser's game. The book that taught me the concept of the loser's game talks about investing, and you could see investing through the same lens. For most people, or almost everyone, or maybe even everyone, investing shouldn't be about making the most amazing plays. Again, you just try to not do dumb shit. You probably invest in a diversified index fund, low cost, and don't pay too much fees, don't trade too often. But beware, I am not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. Please do your own research or something like that. I don't know which disclaimer I really need to say, but investment advice is a whole other topic and I'm probably not really the person to give you that investment advice. But investing as a loser's game, the same framework applies. And this whole investment advice stuff, not investment advice, but talking about investing, reminds me of a quote by Charlie Munger, which is Warren Buffett's sidekick. And if you read a bit about investing, by now you're so freaking tired of all their quotes. Yes, they're wise old man, but the whole Buffett quote, Munger quote thing, it's like, it needs to, well, it has benefits, but you grow out of it. But sometimes they do say smart things. So let me look up that quote again. So Munger said, "It is remarkable how much long-term advantage people like us have gotten by trying to be consistently not stupid instead of trying to be very intelligent." So yeah, that's true for investing. You just try to not do dumb shit. And now let's finally get back to poker. So often when I've had a really good session or a really good day and I think back about like, how did I win? Why did I win today? What did I do better than me playing last week? Or what did I do better than my villains who also are trying to win, but still I won the money this time? So often I feel like I'm just trying to play normal. I'm trying to play a regular good game, and occasionally people give me their money. That's how it feels like. It's not like I make an actively amazing play. There's nothing flashy, memorable about the moves I make in poker. There's no 6 soul reads involved. You just try to grind your solid game, and people make mistakes. You're even allowed to make mistakes yourself, but people make more mistakes. I have a feeling some people think that there's like way more going on in trying to be a true crusher. You need to make sick plays, you need to be the guy they talk about, you need to go viral in some amazing clip because of some amazing soul read you made in some amazing live tournament. Well, not really, in my humble opinion. The last article I wrote is also a bit related to this topic, so I'll link that down below. I talk about being or getting in the zone and having a solid base to build on. You need some stability, you need structure, you need your solid base game you can use to grind almost every spot. But I'm not trying to kill creativity in poker, so as mentioned in that article, yes, you can still adapt to the situation you are in. You still have some room for creativity, but you need a solid base of a good, stable game foundation to build on. So that is, to me, like winning the loser's game is getting that base figured out and just not trying to do stupid shit instead of actively trying to make super intelligent, complex, amazing, sick plays. And I actually think this whole way of thinking applies to a lot more. Maybe some of you are familiar with the website Wait But Why, a kind of blog, long form blog with the author Tim Urban. He talks about life as a collection of ordinary days, and finding happiness is not about the outliers. No, it's about finding happiness on an ordinary Wednesday. And in another article, he talks about finding a life partner or being happy in a relationship, finding a good relationship. And again, it's not about the honeymoon to Thailand. No, it's about being happy together on an ordinary, forgettable Wednesday. Yeah, this is a concept that can apply to so many things. It's try to not do stupid things instead of super smart things, and just consistently do that day in, day out. That is trying to win the loser's game, and it will get you an edge over so many other people playing the game, but in a different way. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have some thoughts on this topic, please leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and all that good shit, and see you guys in the next one.